Alright everybody, happy Saturday and welcome to another fun Tacoma related video. Today we will be tackling the subject of my personal 3 top recommendations for the first 3 armor mods you need for your Tacoma before you go off-roading. If this is your first time stopping by the channel, please go ahead and subscribe, give the video a like, comment below, and hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I upload, which is usually twice a week. So let's dive right in and see what we're talking about. Some of my other lists, I usually like to list 5 or more mods for whatever the mod theme is, but I'm just sticking to 3 for this one because as you will quickly find out once you start looking around, armor mods are a little bit more expensive than your regular interior mods and some of the other stuff I have talked about in the past. So if we just stick it to, if we just limit it to 3 mods, it's a little more affordable. Okay, first up on the list, as you can see, rock sliders. And for the 3 armor mods I'm going to be mentioning today, these are by far the most expensive. And just to get this out of the way real quick, what I talk about when what I mean when I say rock slider, as you can see, it's either going to be a weld or bolt-on unit that mounts directly to the frame, whether that is weld or bolt-on. And some people I've seen buy bolt-ons and actually weld them on to give them that much more strength. I've seen a lot of people get all kinds of like Nerf bars, tube steps, and similar stuff, and I myself am guilty of this. I did a video where I got some N-Fab rock sliders in quotation marks that were obviously definitely not true rock sliders. So the purpose of sliders is to protect obviously your entire door panel down most of the side of the truck. You can see that they start right behind the fender well on the front, and then they go all the way to the back at the same point. You can get them with or without this kick out, which by design, if you're actually like rubbing on a tree or something, as you travel down, that will, like it says, kick out towards the end to help push you away from whatever you're running on. So I like that option, plus it sticks out a little, makes it a nice step, which you can see I've got the grip tape on mine because I do use these as steps a lot also. So rock sliders are a must because they protect very sensitive parts of your truck, because if you get any kind of damage right here, if you fall on something, that's going to be quite expensive to fix. And if you do have those tube steps or Nerf bars, those are going to get hung up on more stuff and they offer 0 protection. It will not take much to bend or break those completely, and like I said, you'll probably just get stuck on something and have to tear them off anyway. So if you will be going off-roading, obviously if you're going rock crawling, rock sliders are a necessity. Definitely the first recommendation. Okay, my choice for the second recommendation is some kind of LCA skid or lower control arm skid, because this is often overlooked. I'm seeing, you know, people get bumpers and all that kinds of stuff. But your lower control arm, if it's not the lowest point on your truck, then it's definitely one of them. And definitely a sensitive area, because if you're, you know, when you go off-road, ideally you want to get the tire up on whatever obstacle you're going over so you can clear it. But if for some reason you miscalculate, you have a bad spotter, or you just slip off, say if it's a rock, and you drop right on your lower control arm, that can ruin your day in a heartbeat. So personally, I have the Bay Area Metal Fab ones, BAMF. They're based out of San Francisco. I love these things. I think each one of these is, well, they're definitely a 1/4-inch steel. They bolt right on, easy install, and offers much needed protection in one of the lowest parts of your truck. Often overlooked though, so don't let this one go by the radar. There are tons of companies out there, so just shop around and see who's running deals, because they're all very similar. I do like the design on the Bay Area Metal Fab. It's actually almost time for me to take these off and hit them with some more bed liner and some paint, because they're starting to look a little weathered. Okay, and for my final armor recommendation to have for the first time you go off-roading, I actually have one, but it's not currently on the truck. It is a front IFS skid, which on most of them, you know, they're all going to be a little different. They actually mount underneath this front bar. They angle down and then go directly under your front axle there, because that is also a low hanging part of the truck, and that one gets banged a lot. Because if you have either of your tires on obstacles as you go by, anything sticking up in the middle obviously is going to scratch. And I've got mine in the backyard because I'm getting ready to prep it for some more bed liner and stuff to clean it up, but I'll show you the scratches on that in just a minute. The Tacomas, they do come with a factory skid plate, if you can call it that. I believe it's 1/32 thick, you know, steel or metal. That thing will bend if you just look at it funny. So do not go off-road with that and think you are protected at all, because that might protect you from branches, and that's about it. And even still, it'll probably just get stuck on something. All kinds of manufacturers making these. A lot of times you can get package deals. You can get the IFS and the trans and cross-member skid and all that. And I'll go over all kinds of other stuff in later videos. These are, like I mentioned earlier, just in my opinion, the 3 most important to get first. As promised, here is my front skid. I'm not sure what's going to show up on camera here, but there's little scratches all down here, which when you have one of these and you hear it scratching, it still makes you cringe, but definitely this versus your all those components in your undercarriage. Okay everyone, I hope you enjoyed the video. That is it for this one. And again, these are just my personal top 3 choices. I'm sure you might agree, disagree. If you do, comment below. Let me know what you think I should have listed first. And yes, of course, there are plenty more armor modifications, from bumpers to, you know, you name it. So these are just what I personally think are the first 3 you should get if you're on a budget, you know, for your Tacoma build, if you want to get off-roading, to give you the most basic protection. So hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, please consider subscribing. Comment below, hit the like button, and I will see you in the next video. Have a great day.